This is Singularity, a sacred scripture study. You are listening to episode 23. Today we cover part 7 of chapter 3 in A Course in Miracles. I am Angie, your host of Singularity, a podcast where we're not afraid to ask the questions that lead us to our truth. Each season we'll be discussing our way through a different sacred or inspired text. Join us with Season 1 as we find our truths in A Course in Miracles, the advent or beginning of a great awakening. And just as the Course itself will tell you, this is but one version of the universal curriculum. There are many others. This one only differing in form. They all lead to God in the end. So go ahead and grab your coffee. Have your pen and paper handy and the text if you haven't. Don't forget, a free version is available online at acourseinmiraclesnow.com. Now the journey in discovering our truths starts right now. Here we go. Welcome back, Miracle Makers. It makes my heart so happy to know that you're on your own journey to truth, and to be a part of that, even in some small way, is such a joy to me. Today we'll cover the last part of chapter 3, part 7, creating versus the self-image. Paragraph 1. Every thought system has a starting point, a base. This base is either made or created by the thinker. How they're the same is both have the power to serve as the foundation we build our belief systems on. Where they differ is what we build on them. Now the Course is stressing here for us to make no mistake. Just because a belief system is based on lies does not mean it's weak, because nothing made by a child of God exists without power. It's very important that we realize this, because if we're going to escape from our self-made prison, we have to know this. Paragraph 2. We're definitely not going to solve the problem by underestimating our power, because the truth, there's always a part of us connected to the true power of our mind. We hurt ourselves when we believe the lie and deny our power. The lie keeps us confused when we begin to believe our mind is weak. We think it's our mind losing and gaining strength. But really, the only thing fluctuating is our choice in which mindset we serve or give ourselves over to. That's what changes. The power of the mind, like God, never changes. The devil. The concept we have of the devil is pretty scary. We view him as powerful enough to go up against God himself, constantly battling for our souls. He pulls us in with his lies, offering a world that's in complete contrast to the world God created, a world made by the reverse of God's laws and our power. All of this done in such a way that we've not just jumped headfirst into his world, but we pay our most valuable gift to get there, and for nothing. And yet somehow we continue to say yes. It really doesn't make any sense. Paragraph 3. We've talked about the separation or the fall before, but the Course really wants us to understand this. The separation is a system of thought existing only within time, not eternity. To the believer, all their beliefs are real to them. Interpretations of the Garden of Eden serve as a symbol of the initial separation thought. The Course says only the one tree was forbidden to eat from. However, if God would have forbidden this fruit, it wouldn't have even been possible to eat. Also, why would God make it possible for us to even be in a position where we could be destroyed? The forbidden tree was named the tree of knowledge, yet God has freely given his knowledge to all of his creations. Any interpretation of the garden that goes in the direction of God or his creations destroying their purpose is absolutely incorrect. Paragraph 4. To eat the fruit from the tree of knowledge is a symbol of us choosing the thought of creating ourselves. This idea of co-creating with God is not possible. And just by the sheer thought that we could create ourselves is a huge indicator that we're seeing ourselves as separate. Because in separate thought, the self has a tendency to make images of itself. Images perceived, not known. And while in a perceiving state, it's easy to be deceived. This is why we carry the belief that we've created ourselves and then continue to believe it. However, as much as we believe it, we will never be able to make it true. We can do all the believing we want, but that's all we are doing. We're only believing, not creating. And once we finally come to our true senses, we'll be so glad that we can't create ourselves. Until we align with our truth and gather our truth senses, these thought systems will continue to build on the foundation of belief of self-creation, a belief system of which we'll fiercely defend. This is why we aren't creating and why we have so much fear about what we make. This fear is fueling our split from truth. And as long as we're focusing all of our attention on a separation that's not even possible, we'll never give truth a chance to show us otherwise. Paragraph 5. Our mind is powerful and will make our beliefs very real and very scary, including our belief in separation. This belief in separation follows the same path of fear and destruction as the devil we talked about earlier. They're practically one and the same. The Course says, belief in separation is powerful, active, and in complete opposition to God, because it's literally denying Him as our Creator. Here's how we move forward in our truth. First, the text challenges us to face our fear and its creations. Now we need to see our life, see all our belief in separation or the devil has made. Then take a step back or pull ourselves back into the stillness of our mind, knowing as soon as the light of our truth is remembered, all of it will fall away because it's all a lie. Revel in the peace this brings because the fact of the matter, literally, is God's our Creator. We did not, nor could we, create what we truly are. We have believed ourselves a body, but who we are was already created by God. And it's this fact that can never be shaken because it's truth. Here's another truth for us to breathe in. All the fear and the fear-based things we've made don't matter. We come from truth and we will return to truth. In our remembered experience, much has been seen, but nothing or no thing has really happened. Who we truly are is always at peace, even when our mind isn't. So here's what we do now. First, we have to get uncomfortable. We must go beyond the fear. So far in our process of finding our truth, we haven't reached far enough. As soon as we start to feel a little uncomfortable in the fear, we stop. The second thing is really an extension of the first step, and that's getting to the root of this fear belief system and plucking it out. We do this by pushing ourselves way past our comfort zone until we reach our foundation thought, the initial idea of separation that started the foundation of the world we know now. Ego has created a nice cushion of fear around this initial thought. Here's how we move forward in our truth. Be prepared. When we get close to our foundation thought, we'll start to feel panic. Remember, this is ego panicking, and ego is our emotional parasite, keeping us aware enough to feed on our power while doing everything it can to keep us from being fully aware. By getting to the bottom of our current belief system, we will realize the only thing holding us back from our truth is fear. And by seeing it, we can get rid of it. This will be the death of ego and the death of the only reality we've ever known. This is how and why ego's fear cushion works with us, intimidating us with the fear of the unknown, because we don't remember our truth. Ego's kept us a safe distance from it, so now we too view it as a death. The thought of everything we've ever experienced about ourselves and this world would be gone, and then the fear of the unknown. Last step is to know. As we hold the foundation thought, ready to rip it out of our awareness, we can repeat to ourselves, there is no death, only the belief in death. Paragraph 6. The branch that bears no fruit is cut off and will wither away. This is saying at some point we will inevitably look at all that we've done, and we will do away with everything not serving love. Falling away because without love, it doesn't serve a real purpose. However, the truth in God's creation, including us, will stand united in love. If we're hesitating at all in taking this step toward resurrecting our truth, remember, in choosing fear, we are choosing death, delaying our ultimate return to truth. Because there is no place between life and death, light and darkness, knowledge or perception. To think there is such a place is to say that we are not one with God always. Chapter 3 of the Course leaves us with this. To be free is through knowledge. We do not leave this world in death. We leave this world by truth. A truth that takes us to a place created for us, a place that waits for us. That wraps up this episode. The thoughts I share in each podcast are my best interpretation of what resonated as truth for me. I love to share them with you. My intention is to evoke your own thoughts that will make rise within your awareness your own truth. Thank you for being a part of my journey and for allowing me to be a part of yours. With your coffee still warm and your notes fresh, take some time to go inward. Align yourself daily with your truth and take it with you into every experience. And until next time, keep shining.